We're leading off with one for the guys. And if you're looking for something to do this weekend, pre-Valentine's Day, consider that movies are fast becoming the new cars to watch marketers. And James Bond, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and now apparently John Wick 2 opening this weekend, providing a vehicle for action but also watches, as Carl F. Bucherer is more or less outfitting the sequel to 2014's Out of the Blue action hit. Now, at least 6 references are appearing in the movie, and according to those involved, I'm not sure I believe this, but they're claiming that it's a completely unsponsored appearance. I don't know, but the good news is, whether it's money well spent or simply a very generous outreach by the studio hands, this is a good, well-reviewed movie, action-packed, and let's face it, if your girl thinks this is a date movie, hang on to her like dear life. You've got a winner there. John Wick 2 opening this weekend, featuring Carl F. Bucherer watches. And like I said, if you do have a lady who's into that kind of a movie, you owe her the very best. And for our purposes, the best will be the 35mm rose gold Patek Philippe 5029 minute repeater that I have on my website. Can't quite swing it? That's okay, because I've got plenty of options here on the table tonight. Let me give a quick shout out to our folks who are joining us on the internet. Jason, Eric, Captain Zed, Miguel G, NATO Steve, Eric indeed, Do-Over, we're back. Raymond, welcome. Hachi Zenki, Eddie Landsberg, Daniel HSC, Typron Curry, welcome. Get out of the John Boy, okay, interesting name. Question coming from John Boy asking, Tim, can you explain what the term skeleton means? As a matter of fact, I can, and I can demonstrate firsthand. This is the Patek Philippe 3878J, and skeleton is actually exactly what it sounds like, a skeletonized movement, dial, or watch, and in this case, an extraordinary skeletonized movement. You're actually looking at a 30mm timepiece with engraved case. This is full-on Kurt Schaffo style stuff. So if you're familiar with the work of Kurt Schaffo, I'm not going to say he is the artist in question, but it is of the type that he creates, that level of resolution. Now, the movement is a Patek Philippe 240 micro rotor. So if you're familiar with the caliber, you know it's less than 3mm thick. And in this case, almost all of the non-essential structural components have simply been etched out, and what remains has been engraved. So this is both skeleton or skelet and engraved. That's exactly what skelet means. And yes, this is perhaps one of the ladies' watch gift candidates most likely to be stolen by the gift giver. Guys, I don't blame you, it's exquisite. Now, jumping straight in, Nigel Levins is joining us. Ben Good with us. Guys, thank you so much. Our global audience, I appreciate you getting up early or staying up late to join us. Now, news of the week. The Swatch Group pretty much wrapped up its 2016, and no surprises, net sales declined 10.8%. Now, unlike Richemont, Swatch was loath to let go of any actual watchmaking talent as it pared down personnel after a disastrous 2016 and during some portions of the year during 2016. So most of the technical talent and watchmakers retained within Swatch Group. At Richemont, the bloodletting was much more general, including executives, marketers, finance folks, watchmakers, artisans. Swatch was much more targeted, trying to retain talent and ride out this downturn in the market. Also interesting that this is illustrative of the double-edged sword of being the watchmaker to the world, as the Swatch Group is sometimes called. The fact that customer orders of components and finished movements from ETA, from Nivarox, from Commodore, all of these constituent companies of Swatch were more responsible, according to Swatch's claims, of drawing down profits and volumes than reductions of actual watches and jewelry. That's remarkable, and again, that's what happens when you're ETA and the watch industry is in a recession. Now, It's also important to note that, along with the rest of the industry, Swatch Group saw a somewhat unexpected but dramatic late fourth quarter upturn and surge of sales from mainland China. Now, this is an interesting trend, and it'll be one of the most fascinating to track into 2017 to see if it's durable or if it's just another sign of loose money in China trying to find an outlet. But prepare for thunder at Basel World this year, as this is the 60th anniversary of the original Claude Bayot designed 1957 Speedmaster, so I would expect Omega to pull out all the stops for a novelty release like we haven't seen. I would even say this might be the biggest year in Omega generally, since 10 years prior, the Omega Mania auction kind of rekindled modern interest across the board, from collectors and vintage enthusiasts to modern watch buyers in the Omega brand. Like I said, thunder at Basel.